Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Black Privilege, and I'd like to open up this discussion on Donald Trump's first 100 days in office. Now, whether if you love him or hate him, what you have to admit is that dude has been conducting a master's class in results-based leadership. He's not worrying about who likes him or not. He's not worrying about where his loyalties lies. He is grinding hard for his constituency. So hard, in fact, that I'm going to have to tip my hat off to the motherfucker. Yes, he's a white nationalist, but at least he knows where the fuck his bread is buttered. I mean, while we're over here tossing fucking Steve Harvey and Chrisette Michele and Little Mama under the bus, he's over there getting Harley Davidson's factories back in North Carolina. He's over there pulling Ford Motors from Mexico and putting that shit back in Minnesota where it belongs. You want that oil pipeline? Oh, you want that oil pipeline? You have to use American steel. Pittsburgh's back to work off of that. See, while we're over there dogging each other out for the fucking crumbs of authentic blackness, this motherfucker is putting money in the white nationalist pocket. The same people that got him elected is the same people he's fucking grinding for. And you'd be a damn fool if you would have ever told the white man don't vote for Donald Trump, because you know Donald Trump is looking out for his. And it gets worse, and I swear to God it's gonna get worse, because there's a $1 trillion, let me say that again, there's a $1 trillion jet that the government is working on for the past umpteen years, and it's specifically going into white engineer firms, white construction firms, white electronics firms. Furthermore, there's going to be $1 trillion of infrastructure being built across the country to build bridges, to make all of these moves to put the white man back to work. And where are we in the process? We are fucking tearing apart each other. We are tearing apart fucking Steve Harvey and everybody. We're tearing apart Joe Clark, as if that is the most important thing in the fucking diaspora right now. Are you fucking kidding me? Seriously, are you motherfuckers really that dumb that you're just gonna let all that money go to waste and just fucking stay outside the White House like on some, oh, I'm mad at him shit? That is the problem with the African American community. I'm sorry I keep harping on this, but we are a fucking matriarchy. We are a fucking matriarchy. We're run by female-centric values. And I understand that male-centric values aren't always the best solution, because male-centric values is confrontational and it's combative and it's competitive and it doesn't build in unison sometimes. But female-centric values is suspicious, weak, and frail. We are treating the president like it was some dude that broke up with us, and now we have a list of people that we're not talking about. We're not talking about to no Republican senators. We're not talking to no more Republican congressmen. We ain't talking about. We're just gonna sit here and swallow spit and just be mad and roll our eyes at while other people fucking establish their patriarchies. That's my problem with female leadership. Now, I understand, I really do, that this could be like I'm blaming black women. No. But as a matriarchy, you have to understand that we have matriarchal values. Some of those matriarchal values is to never see your man weaker than another man. So you do not like black men who capitulate. You do not like men who are soldierly and follow orders from the white establishment, because then you have a distrust to his loyalty. We have to get around that mindset. We have to stop pretending like authentic blackness is actually feeding anybody. Ladies and gentlemen, we have this permanent underclass of bum leaders who are projecting this female idea of masculine identity to our young kids, to the point that they actually cannot work. They keep reading out of the big evil book of white people, what things that white people has done, to the point that they hate the ground that they walk on. Yes, I understand. The big evil thing, the big evil book of white atrocities is a book that I can't finish reading. It's so fucking long and shit. What I want you to do, what I want you all to understand, is that the permanent underclass, the fake leaders of the permanent black underclass, your Tariq Nasheeds, your Umar Johnsons, your brother Polites, those brothers who are financially invested in telling you to not trust any part of the white establishment are doing it for their own monetary ends. They are manipulating you on a female line because females are naturally suspicious. They're naturally suspicious. Sorry. I'm sorry to tell about yourself. Y'all naturally suspicious. Y'all don't want to work in cooperation with others. And I feel that we need to reestablish all our values from a masculine perspective up. We need some kind of unity in the way we treat our black men, because a black man who fails is still a man. He just becomes a complete human being. A black man who can't fight, fuck, or finance like the best of them is still a man. He's still a human being. A black man who surrenders to the white power structure because that is how he feeds his family is still a man. I don't know if women are going to still be attracted to him, but he doesn't lose his manhood just because he's a 9-to-5 nigga, just because he's a conformist nigga, just because he has to work hard to provide for his family. We need a new type of manhood. The old masculine paradigm is confrontational and combative. It's like it's saying to the world that I ain't got time to bleed. I'm too hardcore. I'm too masculine for that. While a female-centered leadership is basically to bleed all day, to sit back and talk about all the systems of oppression that suppresses us along the lines of gender, race, class, all that postmodernist bullshit. We don't need postmodernists. We don't need post-structuralists. The black community needs structure. The black community needs to come to the White House with a list of demands. The black community needs to situate itself into this new paradigm, because I hate to remind you all of this. I've said it before and I'll say it again. No one is afraid of the term nationalist socialist anymore. White nationalist socialists are in the White House. La Raza, a Hispanic nationalist socialist movement, they know the value of their national identity. They know that the weak man has to be lifted up. They know that they have each other. Islam is a nationalist socialist theocratic institution. Judaism is a nationalist socialist theocratic institution. Black people are not nationalists, nor are they socialists. They're fucking social Darwinists, and we're so stupid for that. I swear to God, we're the dumbest people on this earth because we don't have each other. We start freaking looking at each other like they're shit as soon as we start wearing a 3-piece suit and heading up to the White House. Do you understand my frustration with y'all? Do you understand how fucked up it is that I could see the Muslims shaking at the White House gates, let us in, we need to talk to our congressman. While they're being ignored, they still cook for their fucking congressman. Goddamn Ted Cruz is running away from the Muslim lobby who wants to feed him and talk to him and talk about church initiatives and talking about making peace so that you won't think Islam is that threatening anymore. That's what they're doing. We are sitting back and listening to Black Twitter, Tariq Nasheed, Brother Polite, Umar the stripper lover Johnson. Fix your shit, all right? African American community, we need to fix our shit. We need to let go of this authentic blackness bullshit. We need to check some of these idiot academics who says that we shouldn't be practicing respectability, politics, and tone policing. Bitch, ladies, the education that a lot of African Americans are getting in college is a little bit less useful than toilet paper. We need to understand that men must conform to a power structure, even if a man of his race is not the dominant person in that power structure. We need to set up our children to be pedagogues, lovers of knowledge, because it's not just the white power structure that makes people succeed. It's a love of the work. And a man who loves his work never works a day in his life. I want to see more happy children. I want to see less bashing of African Americans who are meeting on behalf of the president. God damn it. I want to see a more patience for people who say that I could break bread with a Republican. Because whether you like it or not, a white man with an apprenticeship program for a young black man to go through is probably worth more than black female companionship. All right? We need more apprentices. We need more electricians. We need more unionized labor. And we need to petition the White House. And that's all I had to say. It's your boy, Black Privilege, signing out.